Hello everyone, welcome to Unit 2 Dance Appreciation and Composition. Okay, what are those learning targets? Distinguish the characteristics of a good dance, acknowledge various choreographic forms in dance, explain and demonstrate the elements of dance, describes the connection of health behaviors, our eating habits, sleeps, stress management to the health risk factors and physical activity assessment performance, and of course differentiate types of eating, fueling the performance, emotional eating, social eating, are eating while watching TV or dance events. Okay, in lesson 1, we have elements of dance. We will be learning the elements of dance through pantomime and identify each element or relay. Okay, words you will encounter in the lesson is movement, space, time, energy, and space. Balik-balik lagi ni. Okay, let's warm up. Have you ever moved around the music, swayed your hips or bob your head or tap your feet? If you have, believe me or not, you have already actually danced. Di ba? Pag makadungog tag music, magsige. Labi na karon makadungog tag ka ng music nga kanang sa mga usugod sa TikTok, di ba? Magsayo-sayaw dayon ta unconsciously nagsayo-sayaw na data. So we are TikTokers na di ay. Okay, essential question. What are the elements used in dancing? So how these elements play an important role when ano when you dance. Okay. When your body moves, it does so in a given space in a certain period of time using the energy from what you have had during lunch. Since dance entails a lot of movement, it uses the very same elements of what? Space, time, energy. These elements are beneficial to anyone interested in recognizing, analyzing, or creating movement. Okay, space. This area of performers occupy and when they move. So mao ni siya ang for example sa hall, that's a space. So mao dira it's an area where asa magperform ang isa ka tao or asa siya mag-move or unsa iyang asa niya i-occupy. It can be divided into different aspects also known as spatial elements. First is direction. The dance movements can travel in any direction asa man ni sa north, east, west or asa pa dira. Pwede po siya go forward, side, backward, diagonal, circular, and so on. Okay, size. Movements can be varied by doing larger or small actions. Unsa man na ka-wide imong actions kung magusto baka magwara-wara dira, so that's larger actions. Pero kung pa-cute-cute lang ka, kanang TikTok lang ang sayaw, kanang cute-cute lang, so pwede ra siya smaller action. So that how does size referring to. Next is level. We say level, unsa siya ang movements can be done, high ba siya, medium lang ba siya, or sa low level lang siya. Kung usually ang high katong sa mga cheer dance, katong lifting na, ang medium kanang tama lang ng movement, and low level katong ano lang siya, very moderate lang ana iyang energy, tapos tama-tama lang gyapon siya. Focus. Performers may change their focus at looking at different directions. Okay. When we say timing, the movements in timing may be executed in varying the tempo or what we call the speed. Kung unsa siya ka kusgon or unsa siya ka ya. Performers move in a tempo underlying sound known as the beat or pulse. Okay. The timing can be varied by moving faster or slower than the normal beat. Examples sa itong mga fast movement, gani, those are dances nga cha-cha-cha, jive, kato ng mga fast movement. Slow, pag slow, it's ballet, pwede po siya contemporary dance, and ana siya interpretive dance. So, pwede na siya. When a sequence of movements or group or phrases is done, varying tempos or generate rhythmic patterns. In addition of silences or pauses also adds to rhythmic patterns. Okay. What are those dance energies? The movements are propelled by energy or force. A force can be either initiate or stop an action. Dance uses different energies and a varied use of this maximize the monotony of the movements in the performance. There are six qualities of dance energies presented below. First is sustained. When I say sustained, movements are done smoothly, tapos continuously siya, and with flow and control. Sustain lang good ka nang murag na maintain niya ang iyang movement. Okay, it does not have clear beginning and ending. Tama lang siya. Percussive. When we say percussive, movements are explosive or sharp in contrast with sustained movements. Katong suko ka girl, kaya ana good. There are accented thrust of energy. They have a clear beginning and ending. So example ani is kanang mga hip hop dances. Ana good na kanang more on into high beats and tempo na siya. Let's say vibratory. Movements consist of trembling or shaking, a faster version of percussive movements that produces a tawag ani literary effect. Katso mas paspas siya pero vibratory siya. Swinging, sa man swinging, movements trace a curved line in arc in space kanang magkaikiay lang good. The movements are relaxed and given to gravity and the downward part of motion kanang murag kanang reach party lang good. Kanang gwapa-gwapa lang ana. Tapos followed by an upward application of energy. So when we say suspended naman, movements are perched in space and hanging on air. Holding and raising leg in any direction is an example of suspended movement. Okay, when we say collapsing, movements are released in tension and gradually or abruptly giving to gravity, letting the body to descend on the floor, and slow collapse can be described melting or oozing action in the downward direction kanang mga floor dance na. Okay, in addition to the first three elements, the next two will involve the form of the body as well as the bodies of a group treated as a collective. So tip, before doing any movement in dance, it is important that the body is flexible enough to be ready and warmed up properly. Since dance has no words to convey ideas or messages to the audience, the body has to has to be very expressive. By constantly stretching the body, a dancer will be able to take more challenging poses while properly warming up the body entails a safe performance since the in the body will flow. Okay. Next is bodily shapes. When I say bodily shapes, it refers to how entire body is molded in space or configuration of the body parts. Our body can be rounded, pwede po siya angular, or combination of two. Other body shapes can be from wide to narrow and high to low. So, pwede siya symmetrical and asymmetrical. What do we mean by symmetrical? Balance yung shape, yung movements are practically identical or similar in both sides. Kung i-raise nimo imong left side, dapat i-raise pod nimo imong right side nga kamot. So that's an example of symmetrical. When we say asymmetrical naman, unbalanced shape. Movements of two sides in the body do not match or completely different from each other. Kung itaas nimo imong right nga kamot, ibaba nimo imong left nga kamot, so mura siya alternately. So that's what we call asymmetrical. Ha? Okay, group shapes. In this element, a group of dancers perform movements in different group shapes. They are arranged in ways that are wide, lapad siya narrow, rounded, angular, symmetrical, or asymmetrical, and can be viewed together as a total picture arrangement with a picture frame. Okay. Try to observe daw a traffic enforcer. Would you consider him doing a dance in his post each time he works? What elements of dance does he exhibit? Can you make a dance sequence based on his action? Okay. Ato ni siyang balikan later. Okay, lesson 2, characteristics of a good dance. What are those words na to may encounter? Phrases, motif, and climax. Max. So at the end of this lesson, we will be able to enumerate, describe, and what makes a good dance. Unsa ang kailangan nato para manindot atong sayaw. Evaluate a performance using our characteristics of a good dance. Okay. How will you know when a dance performance is good? So unsa trong mga basihan di ay nga pag makaingon ta nga ay nindot ang sayaw. So sige kamo daw. Try to think unsa atong mga basihan. What are those factors nga atong gina-consider para makaingon ta nga nindot ang sayaw? Basi makaingon lang ta nga gwapa or gwapo ang mga nagsayaw, makaingon lang ta ay nindot ang sayaw, pero pag pangit gani ang nagsayaw, makaingon jud ta nga ay daw pangit jud ang sayaw kay we're basing on different angles or ang mga anggulo. So yun ana siya. So in this lesson we will try to identify what makes a dance, or how we will identify a nice dance between a good dance. Okay. A good dance displays a significant meaning and conveys a message. Of course, pag nindot ang sayaw, maklaro dayon nato ung unsa ilahang gusto jud nga ipasabot sa ilahang sayaw, because dance also is an expressive art and part of the performing arts. Therefore, it conveys a message, or it express a message from the dancers to the audience. So sometimes it also portrays life experiences. Dance may be presented abstractly and symbolically but still convey emotion and meaning. There must be a sense of direction. It has beginning, dapat napod siya tunga-tunga, and napod siya conclusion or the end. The beginning of a dance may come in a form of shape, pose, or the entrance. Pwede siya. The middle consists of the development of the exploration of the main idea or the main concept sa dance. Unsa man jud iyang pasabot. So, and the ending should be clear and may be form of shape, pose, or an exit. So, mao na siya ang usually nato makitaan pag ending na siya or conclusion. A good dance therefore must have a shape or form for its choreography to be effective. So, to be effective gani ang choreography, dapat naa siya shape and form. Okay. Form is the instrument by which ideas and elements are arranged and combined into logical sequence, which results in the unity and consistency. It is the organizing factor of any work or dance composition. The form should progress through time in the beginning of the end of the choreography. Each section is composed of several units that are smoothly connected to each other. Ang tawag sa mga small units is what we called phrases. So, by the way, pag magsayaw gani mo or dapat you are using exact terms. For example, maana mo nga, unsay stepping ani. So, mali na siya nga term. Nganong man, stepping is a verb kasi. So, dapat you are asking what are those, what are to be performed. So, pwede pa siya, dili nato siya tawagon dapat nga stepping. So, dapat, para exact term gani, bantay bitog na ako madunggan ha, magsige, uy, sir, dili ko kabalo sa stepping, sir, dili ko kabalo, sir, lisod ang stepping. So, dapat wrong na siya nga term. So, dapat ang exact or ang right term dapat is steps. So, para anak mo sa iyong mga classmate nga, okay, these are the steps na atong sayawon. Dili kay mauni ang mga stepping atong sayawon. Sumali na siya, laing kay paminawon ha. Nagklase-klase taog ka ng dance, pero mali atong mga term nga ginamiton. So, from now on, dapat steps na, dapat wala na ko'y madunggan nga stepping. Ay, lisura sa stepping. Uy, ay, tagaay ko sa stepping, B. Dapat dili na ingon ana ha. Steps ang right term. So, hi, dapat makadungog lang ko, dapat anyo akong madunggan siya this. Mao ni siya ang okay, this is the steps sa ato ang sayaw. Sabtan? Okay. Phrases. When you combine one movement with several others, they form a unit. Okay, when the unit are pieced together, they make up sections of choreography and sections together with the whole dance. Therefore, a phrase is the smallest unit of the whole dance. So, mauna siyang example sa katong mga series of steps ang phrase. Okay. Suggest that phrase should vary in the length of and shape. Most dances these days use equal length phrases. Commonly, single phrases consist of 8 counts. So, ang steps niya, usually, ang single phrases, for example, balik-balik ko nimo ang 8 ka steps. So, mauna na siya ang tawag niya. Ang tawag ana niya is phrases. Okay. Mauna siya ang itong ginatawag nato ha nga step ha. Okay. Motif. A good dance contains a theme or ang tema sa imong sayaw. For example, pasayawon mo og kanang tagaan mo og music dira nga kanang for more into kanang lonely or kanang emotion more on emotionally inclined nga music. So dapat dili pud inyong phrases nga gamiton or steps nga gamiton is dili itong mga unsa man katong ah katong mga percussive, katong mga upbeat nga mga steps, dapat kato pong mga low, katong moderate nga mga steps para masabtan pud sa inyong tawag ani audience kung unsa jud inyong motive or unsa dili sila ma-confuse kung unsa jud inyong motive or inyong theme. Okay. One good example of dance motif is itik-itik in the Philippine folk dance. It is easy to identify the motif of dance simply portrays the movement of itik or the duckling. Okay, what are those characteristics of a good dance? Kano sa ta makaingon nga okay siya nga sayaw, nindot siya nga sayaw. Okay. Whether it has a meaning or may be presented abstractly, a dance must contain certain qualities that makes the choreography effective. These characteristics include unity, continuity in development, variety and contrast, transition, repetition, and climax. Okay, first is unity. The interconnected phases of a dance are coherent and flow smoothly together. The movements fit together and each plays an important role that contributes to the entirety of dance. Okay, dapat naa siya unity ang steps dili kay kanina count 1 2. Yun ani siya ang steps tapos paghuman lahi na pud sa pagpikas phrase. So, actually dapat na siya sequence of unison ba. Dili siya kanang libog tan-awon imuhang steps. Next, continuity and development. So, of course, dapat kanang naa siya flow of continuity and development. Ang phrases sa dance dapat are organized progressively, making each movement phrase dili na mga nauso karon nga bisan unsa ra nang katong sa pagtung mga sayaw ana good. Next is variety and contrast. When we say variety and contrast, several variations that highlight the facet of the motif provides a variety within the development of dance. When we say variety, dapat daghan pod siya, pero dili siya libog tan-awon. These will add excitement and flavor in the dance. Dili siya boring kay kung balik-balik na lang pod siya always, boring naman kaayo siya tan-awon. So, yun ana siya. We should consider also variety and contrast. Repeating them. Okay, examples of contrasting movements are slow to fast, short to long, and minimal to large movements. Okay, for transition, what do we mean by transition? Katong change good og what we call a position. Between movements, phrases, and sections of dance, it makes logical progression. The dance flows slowly. It keeps the unity and continuity of the dance. Transition may vary from length out and complexity. So, katong na siya yung mga transition po ba from kanina step to kanina po nga step, tas diri nga place to another place, that's para ma-utilize nimo ang space. Repetition. Pwede siya mag-repeat, pero some phrases need to be repeated in choreography so that the audience can see those movements again and identify its significance kung unsa jud imuhang gina-portray dapat. Okay, importante po siya ang repetition pero not all the time. Magikan sa sugod hangtod sa halas nga sayo, sige na lang nagbalik-balik nga steps. Okay, or phrases. Climax. This is where the apex of energy katong pinaka-highlight kung naa mo i-lift, mao ni siya ang kung naa mo ilabay or naa mo ikatong lisod nga steps nga kuan mao ni ang highlight. So mao na siya ang ginatawag nato nga highlight sa sayaw, this the climax. Diri po nato makita ang katong unsa jud ang pasabot nila sa ilahang sayaw. Okay, let's analyze below the characteristics of the dance in YouTube. So which one is good? Which performance needs an improvement? So explain your answer using okay, you can watch this on YouTube using this URL. So kamo na magbahala mag-judge, pero depende na sa inyo kung tan-aw ninyo siya para makita ninyo ba ang kalahian sa kung asa dito ang needs an improvement and asa dito ang kanang good dance. Okay, basic choreography. Here na ta sa lesson 3. Words to encounter, choreography, sequential, contrapuntal, episodic. Okay. Essential question, how does movements combine together to create a dance piece? Okay, there are 4 compositional set of patterns in choreographic forms in dance. These are sequential, contrapuntal, episodic, and other compositional forms. Okay, what are sequential forms? These forms contains themes or motif which progress in a specific order. They are arranged accordingly. A, B, or two-part form. Example niya, mo na siyang pinaka-simple na sequential form and is similar to the verse and chorus of a song. Kanang ginabalik-balik language siya. It's a binary form with 2 contrasting sections consisting beginning of section followed by example ane are light and dark, huge and tiny, love and hate. This form is commonly used in main folk dances and songs. So makita natin siya sa mga folk dances ang kaninga form. Next, ABA, 3-part form siya, composed of introductory theme, na siya introductory theme, contrasting theme, and the restatement of the original theme. Mubalik siya dito sa original nga theme. So, next is rondo form or abaka. This form is unifying theme, returns each contrasting theme, appears after every contrasting section at least 3 times, tapos, but it can itself be varied. Described as Abakadi, Abakada, Iafa, development movement, idea. Here are the sections B, C, D, E, F are contrasting themes while A is the constantly repeated every after each section. Gets ninyo or wala? Sure ko wala. Okay. Ani siya? Kanang mga letter A's niya, mao na siya ang ginabalik na action, tapos mag-change na pod og theme, change diri sa letter C, D, tapos after ana, pero na siya kanang intervals god nga mobalik gihapon siya sa letter A, tapos mag-change na pod siya sa letter B, tapos mabalik na po siya sa letter A, tapos mag-change na po siya into letter C, tapos balik na po siya letter A. So, yun good siya ang iyang pattern sa iyang sayaw and theme. So, okay. The theme and variation form, the motive, a series movement variations added throughout the development of entire choreography. Okay, take note that although most of these forms contain contrasting parts, the section should be similar enough to suit the character of the entire dance. Additionally, skillful transitions are needed between each section to maintain unity and continuity in the dance. So, importante ang transitions. Okay, contrapuntal forms. What do you mean by contrapuntal forms? Here are several themes woven together in choreography to form complex structure. The main theme is seen against itself and against one or more other themes. There are 4 contrapuntal forms of dance. Kaning round bass. Single theme started at the dance is repeated all the way through the dance, while other contrasting themes are simultaneously performed it. This form is best done in a group working either in contrast to each other or against a soloist. So repeated theme can be performed in a group while the soloist or similar group dances. The other theme can also be performed in a circle where in the dancers in circle perform repeatedly while the soloist or smaller group in the center perform the contrasting theme. So mauna siya ang ground bass. Ang round or canon kani siya na siya 2 or more movement phrases or theme which the main movement phrases is imitated exactly by completely successive movements. unsa man ni siya kanang mao gyud pinakauna nga pinakauna mo saya tapos magsaksi dayon ikaduha dayon ito ikatulo so yan siya pero gina-repeat niya the same movement lang gihapon siya. Okay, next is uh, fugue or accumulation. A choreographic form that is constructed by adding a different movement or dance phrases in every repetition of the main movement theme. The movement phrases or the motif can be developed by revising, inverting, or augmenting or diminishing throughout the dance. So, pwede siya i-revise nila, pwede nila i-invert, balihon, pwede nila i-augment, and pwede nila i-diminish or walaon ang katong kining motif. Next is sweet. Okay. Every action of the dance, beginning, middle, and use different tempos and qualities. Commonly, it has moderate beginning, tapos nalalayan siya is slow middle section, and after ana is na siya fast and lively end section. So, different tempos and qualities maglahi-lahi siya gikan sa moderate may mobile to siya sa slow tapos mo paspas ta dayon pagka end section. Episodic form. Classical ballet often uses this form. The story is told through connected progressive sections called episodes, and narrative form is an episodic form that tells a story and conveys idea sequence. The story determines the structure of the dance. Examples episodic form is ballet. Other compositional forms, natural structures. Unsa pasabot sa natural structures mostly come from the natural structures such as seasons, life cycles, and everyday life experiences. Mao na siya ang natural structures. Collage consists of unsa series of movements or phrases that are often mga unrelated. So pang combine lang nila tas dili sila relate nga mga kanang movement phrases, but have been brought together to create a single dance with a beginning, a middle, and the end. The overall form remains the whole even to the content may be illogical. That is collage. Okay, tableau. A different movement phrases perform different dancers simultaneously in the same space. Naga-move sila pero nara sila sa the same space. It is considered as non-locomotor movement. The dancers may execute a tableau at a different location of the stage and the connect transitional movements where each is seen to produce progression of movements and snapshots. Pwede sila bulag-bulag pero naga-move lang sila para mag-create sila og mura siya sample picture nga moving picture. Okay, chants. The movement phrases are performed in random in order to spatial and spatial placing. Every time a dance is performed, it is done different order and therefore different appearance. So kana magpuli-puli. Original the dance phrases were arranged by tossing coins to decide on the choices and order of performance hints coming from the word by chance. Okay, did you know that recreational dance is a social activity which people of all ages participate? Recreational dances come from all over the world and include folk, cultural, historical dances, and social dances from the past and present. These types of dances use a variety of steps, na siya figures, and formations. Thus, the styles, performance, and music are related to cultural roots, historical eras, geographic areas from which the dance originates. Okay. Sa maning dance fitness, on the other hand, is fun to increase cardiovascular endurance, strength, and flexibility. So, various dance genres support fitness. Dance-related fitness training systems such as kanang mga Zumba fitness and cardio dance have boomed recently. Diba? Mas sikat-sikat na siya. A lot of people enjoy using dance as a fitness activity. Okay. Move here sa'yo your task is to environmental dance characteristics of a good dance. Your goal is to use elements of dance and basic choreography. What are those goals? You are a choreographer and same time a dancer. You have been asked to create a dance number, tapos your job is to apply the elements of dance base and basic choreography. Okay. Situation. The challenge involves dealing with interpreting the following Filipino songs about environment. Agila, pwede agila, pwede usok by Sin, pwede anak ng Pasig by Smoky Mountain. You will create a dance number in order to promote environmentalism in our country. Standards for success. Your performance needs to promote the message of environmentalism. Your work will be judged in a panel of composed professional choreographers. Successful result will be your final standing. So this rubric will be used in your dance. Okay. Wrap up. Each time our body moves, we use space, time, and energy. Since dance is primary movement of the human body, these three comprise the elements of dance: space, time, and energy. In addition, the human body or bodies itself also contribute to elements, bodily shapes, and group shapes. Like any other work that requires to convey meaning and clearly effective to an audience, dance must have form that follows an orderly arrangement and purpose. It is broken down into phrases and may be repeatedly used to put emphasis on particular message as a katong motif. A characteristic of a good dance includes makaingon ta nga good dance siya pag nasa unity, continuity and development, variety and contrast, nasa transition, repetition, and of course the climax. All of these characteristics are used to contribute to make a dance that is expressive and meaningful. Choreography comes from a various forms. These compositional forms have set of patterns categorized sequential, contrapuntal, episodic, and other compositional forms. Each choreographic form has its own special characteristic to coincide with a particular need in expressing a message through movement of the body by an individual or a group. Okay, back here. What you're going to submit for next week is this. Sayaw para kay inang kalikasan. Okay. Your performance should not be more than 1 minute and 30 seconds. Okay. Unsa inyong buhaton kani siya. Since nanatay motif, atong motif is dapat it's all about environment. So you can utilize your environment or katong mga maghuna-huna ka since we are discussing about a good dance and how to become a choreographer. So you will be dancing, pwede nimo paapilon imuhang mga igsuon or unsa ba dira. Pero sige dili na lang, ikaw na lang jud isa ang magsayaw para klaro jud siya nga ma-judge ta kaog tarong. Okay, 1 minute and 30 seconds lang ang kinatas-an ha. All about environment and dapat kaning ang music is kanilang tulo, mamili lang ka sa tulo. Agila by Joey Ayala, Usok by Asin, and Anak ng Pasig. So, kamo na'y bahala unsa inyong mga step basta na atong mga elements of dance nato didto ang mga katungkuan characteristics of a good dance makita na ako didto ha. So sulod sa 1 minute and 30 seconds dapat na nato siya dito tanan. So you will be given 1 week. So 1 week is tama na siya for 1 minute and 30 seconds. Pwede ra siya 1 minute basta dili lang siya malapas jud og gikan pwede ra siya 40 seconds to 1 minute and 30 seconds. So ingon ana lang jud siya. Ayaw na ko tagaay pareha sa uban nga tagaan kog tag below 30 seconds. Grabe na kaayo jud. Kaabuso. Okay. Reminder. Sa Friday na to na siya ipasa next Friday. Pagkatapos pag nanagani magpasa og video, bawal magsigig comment dito nga ninduta sa iyang sayaw oy maulaw man ko sa ila. Bawal jud mag-ingon ana. It's because namoy uban nga mga classmates, so be sensitive kay namoy mga uban classmates nga maulaw sila magpasa. It's because kay daghan kaayo magsigig sungog-sungog sa GC. So once na ay magpasa og video isa, bawal na send dito og messages nga lain. So kung namoy mga concern, i-PM na lang ko ana kay para matapok tanan ninyong videos ito magkasunod-sunod, dili siya mawala kay daghan kay convo. So bawal dito magkuhan kung nakasugod na og send dito ang isa, bawal na siya antud mahuman na tanan until sa moingon na pud ko nga nanapuntay next nga mga activity. So 1 week time management lang, simple ra kay na siya, you can utilize lang, dapat environmentalism lang ang theme nato. So inaana siya, wala na lain ha, environmentalism tanan. So, that's all for today. And good day and goodbye, everyone. Have a good day. Happy weekend.